Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm not sure if Unjustified is going to be here or not. We talked about it, and I might have been too late getting back to her about what time, but I'm hoping at least Cher can come in. And hey, you guys, if anybody wants to jump in, let me know. Here, I'm going to put up the link. If you want to jump in, just go ahead and do it. Today, we're going to talk about, guess what, the Chris Watts case, the Watts family murders, and I really want you guys to, I'm going to paste it here, and then you guys can go. My internet, I don't know if it's slow. Hi, Amy. Hi, Angelina. Hi, Bumblebee. Hello, everybody. Thank you to my mods for being here with me tonight. I really appreciate it. I see Bumblebee here. I don't know if I have anybody else on right now, but if you're here, thank you. I know Prairie Boy may or may not be here. We'll see. But thanks for being here. And again, I'm hoping that Unjustified will be able to jump in here shortly. Maybe not, if she's busy. And, I do know she said she was Tanya. Oh, thank you. Are you talking about I'm not Real Justice? No, we don't want him here. No, I'm kidding. You can actually, Real Justice, I challenge you to take that link and pop on in. But Bumblebee, thank you. I'm assuming you mean that Unjustified will be here. I don't know if she does her program with what's it called, StreamYard. I don't know why. I am drawing a blank with my head. I've had a migraine for like 2 days. And it was actually a little bit better today, but I've still got it, so forgive me. There's my beautiful Cher. Hello, Cher. Thank you for being here.
Hopefully you can hear me. I'm in the car driving home right now, so I've got you in my lap.
No problem. I can hear you. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm pretty good. I just
I saw you quick. You look beautiful.
I'm sorry?
I could see you really quick. You look beautiful.
Oh, good. Oh, wow. Thank you. Well, you always look beautiful, so I don't even have to see you to know that. But thank you. You're so sweet. There's one thing I wanted to talk about today, and I know that Cher, you don't share my opinion on this, but Armchair Detective is going off the air for a while, and I feel my heart is breaking. I mean, I love him. He reminds me so much of my dad with the things he does and says, and I always have a soft spot for older gentlemen because ever since I lost my father about 10 years ago, and I feel really terrible that he felt compelled to go off the air for whatever reason. And I don't know how you.
Yeah. A video about that myself. It posted a little bit ago.
I didn't see it yet. Oh no.
If this was 2 weeks ago, I would have been celebrating myself, but I kind of started seeing things differently.
You did, and I'm glad. I'm very glad about that because I know you're so fair.
I cannot feel proud about how everybody's gone about, because not only did the goal of it was to stop him from talking about the Watts case. I was down for that. I didn't like or agree with how he was talking about Shanann, Nicole, and that. Okay, so I was down for that. Now I'm on a rant, so I'm just going to finish saying what I'm saying. Sorry.
Go ahead, do.
Everybody, actually, I started sitting back and realizing that people were cutting much deeper than just wanting to. It started with stop talking about the Watts, and then it was, well, maybe he can go about how he's talking about the Watts differently. To that turned into, we got to get him off YouTube and Patreon all together now, and it became a gang against Alan that I actually couldn't be proud of myself no more for what I was doing, and the deeper actions that people are taking, like calling the IRS, making court cases against him. I said some pretty messed up things that I had no proof of myself, just what I undug myself. Sure. I deleted some videos. I kept the other ones I agree with up. They've been reported, but oh well.
Sure.
That's not what my goal ever was, and I think that's wrong, because we didn't just stop him from talking about the Watts. He is now stopped from doing any business in the next 6 years. any business.
Oh my
That's
God.
deeper than the Watts. That's deeper than YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I know.
it's wrong. And I'm sorry, I'm on some back roads here. I might cut in and out. If I disconnect, I will call back
No,
in.
you're doing fine. You're doing, and you sound very clear to me still. But yeah, I know, and I feel so bad because I'm assuming he's just a pensioner, an older gentleman who, basically is on what would be the equivalent of Social Security here. And the very little bit of money that he was making on YouTube and all that was probably allowing him to, eat better and all kinds. I feel so bad. It's not like he's taking all that money and going out to gamble. I really believe he was, it was supplementing his meager income. And the fact that he's not able to do it anymore, I don't know. We lost share. But I mean, I feel terrible. I really feel terrible. And I had never seen anything from AD that indicated that he was bad in any way. And the fact that he played poker too, funny story. My husband and I got married in Las Vegas, 25, almost 26 years ago. And because we lived in Southern California, so it was like a 2-hour drive, and we thought all the relatives from around the world could come in to Vegas and stay there, and they actually entertained themselves while we were doing rehearsal and whatever. And we had a medium-sized 55 people wedding in Vegas in a church, a freestanding church. Well, my dad was involved in a giant blackjack tournament where the winner would get something like 25,000 or 250,000. I remember the 25. And it was down to the wire between my father and one other guy. Well, if my dad would have gone on, he may have missed my wedding, so it was adorable. I certainly wouldn't have blamed him for that, but it came out the other guy won. Long story short, but I'm just saying that I don't really care if Alan takes part in poker games and things. I mean, that's a thing that older gentlemen do. I don't see anything wrong with what he has ever done. I don't agree with him, with his theory, but that's okay. I don't agree with a lot of people. Unjustified, and I have a different theory as well. And, I love her. She's adorable. Hi, Tanya and Cher. If people did not care for him, they should not listen. I agree. There's too much. All he ever wanted was justice for, Shanann, Bella, and Celeste, and baby Nico. That's all he wanted. And he saw things that I can't see, but that a lot of other people see as well. And I realized that Frank Rusak, little Frankie, I believe, released a statement indicating that there are a lot of people who are going to go down. I understand their pain. I feel terrible for the Rusak family. But, this is another reason why I think that NK was not involved, because they're begging people to stop talking about NK being involved, about her involvement or not. And I feel terrible because that's all they want. And they know the true story. They have documents, all the discovery. I'm sure that they know that this woman wasn't involved. And so I can understand them asking people to stop saying that she was involved, because they know the true story. And that indicates to me that, Nicole Kessinger was not involved in anything in any way. But their pain is kind of flowing over, and they're lashing out at the only people they can, which would be the YouTubers and all the armchair detectives, including myself and Cher and anyone who perpetuate the discussion, especially when we're trying to involve another perpetrator, when I fully believe that Chris Watts did the whole horrible thing himself. And he's in prison right where he needs to be. So anyway, that's my rant again, as I always rant. I'm going to look at my chat here. Is this the same one? They tried showing, I seen a video yesterday, real. They tried showing Shanann not coming home, but I can't find it again. Interesting. Hi, Cher. She's back. Hi, Katie, by the way. Thank you for being so sweet to me, Katie. I'm so happy that you like my books. That just makes me so proud. And when anybody says any kind word about any of my work, I get teary-eyed, because that's a huge compliment. Thank you. Let's see here. AD will be back. It's a government ban from being a company director for 5 years. which I don't know if that would include being an author, though. I don't know why. What is the woman's name? Told his migraine. I'm drawing a blank. I feel as though I have Alzheimer's or something. Is it Letty or Betty or oh gosh, Letta? Maybe Letta. She removed him as her co-author. So I don't know if he simply can't run a company or if he can't, because if you're a co-author, you're certainly not running a company. You're just getting royalties from the sale of your book. Letta, is her name Letta? Does somebody know her name? Put it in chat. So I don't know. Her books are oh, are you talking about me or Netta? Okay, thank you. If you're talking about me, Katie, thank you so much. You're so sweet. But Netta, Angelina, thank you. Netta is her name. I don't know what she writes. I should probably look her up. And I'm friends with thousands and thousands of authors. He has a Facebook presence at all. But so anyway, yeah, I don't know, and I hate it when things go that way. And I love Alan. He reminds me of my dad. I can't see any way he could have done something so severe that people would bully him. Why would you bully an old man? I mean, that's like bullying your father. And he always came across as very kind and sweet, but whatever, and I feel terrible no matter what. Let's see here. Hold on. Netta Newbound removed him because of him going to court for not doing his taxes. Oh, do they go to court really for not doing taxes, or is that a corporate thing? Maybe they go for not being a corporate. Oh, dear Cher. Oh, she's so sweet. Hi, Cher. Are you here?
I'm here. I pulled over at a bar.
Awesome. Go on in.
I want to go in.
Go on in. Get some barflies to get on too and tell us their opinion of the Watts case. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding.
They found a ponytail.
Get drunk and tell us what you really think.
Oh, nobody wants that.
No, I'm kidding. If he owes money, the tax man in the UK will want it. I know. That's a shame.
Again, that is not our goddamn business.
Not at all. Not whatsoever.
How many people are after him, and how many of you guys want people like the IRS nosing around in your damn business too? I don't.
No, I agree.
I mean, I just don't understand. And when I sat back and actually thought about it, I can't handle it. And I felt like a very mean girl.
Can't either. I can't get it. I don't understand it. Old man. Oh my God! All of a sudden, I feel 100. Oh, Shiloh, sorry. I believe he's elderly, about late 60s, early 70s. I don't know.
I think 60s. Yeah.
Yeah, close to my mom's age, I'd assume. But whatever, my dad passed away at 67, and again, he reminds me so much of my dad. Same sense of humor and everything, but it's just a shame. I'll reach out to him privately as well after it goes away. But he really enjoyed doing the YouTube too. He really had, it was something for him to do. And oh my God, I'm not going to cry again on my own show. I better stop. God, Cher, what's wrong with me? But yeah, so I would like to, if any of you guys know him as well, reach out to him. I think would encouragement, because it's a shame. It's a real shame. But so how are things going with you, Cher?
They're okay.
Yeah.
I mean, everything around me is still like closed up. I don't know. Nothing to do.
Nothing. Yeah, it's kind of boring, isn't it? Well, my mother and I actually went to a restaurant. Another strange story. She lives in central Illinois, and it's a lot of the places are very rural, and the cities where there are restaurants and things like that, everyone has stopped wearing their masks. And they've stopped, they actually allow people into an internal restaurant to eat because there were only something like 10 cases of COVID in one and another one right in this little group of counties my mother lives in. So it's kind of weird. It's like they're, my mother and I are wearing our masks and they think that we're kind of nuts, but I'm not ready to stop wearing my mask, even though
I haven't worn a mask not one single time.
Are you kidding? What, when you go
Not
grocery
one
shopping?
single time. I go right up into the grocery store, all over at Walmart. I'm everywhere. For kids, I do not wear a mask at all.
You are so brave. Oh my God. Okay, Brittany's telling me he's only in his 50s. Really? He's younger than me.
Really?
Is he really? I didn't know that. Me then, Alan. I didn't mean to accuse you of being older. I just assumed. Well, a lot of people are gray prematurely, I guess. So that makes sense. But still, he still reminds me of my daddy. But anyway,
don't call Alan daddy.
I know, right? So I would never do that.
I press one, yeah.
But anybody out there who has anything to say, please bring up a topic so we can talk. Stephanie says he's in his 60s. That's what I assumed at least, but that's
what I thought too. I thought he was like mid 60s.
Mid to late 60s
or not,
right? At least
it was wrong. It's still wrong, and a lot of people said, "Okay, well, when he's done on YouTube, so am I." But I still see those very same people still talking shit about him today.
I know. I know.
That was just an excuse for everyone to become a gang and bully someone, because then now what? Now they're saying they're going after Dr. B. Well, I'm not going to stand by and watch that shit either. So
no one is nicer than Dr. B. She's an amazing lady, and so is her sister Sandy. I mean, such nice women. Dr. B is emotional like me, and she would sooner, die than be cruel to any human being. And that's not what she's about. And I've seen the same stuff about her as well. Actually all the YouTubers, anybody, I've been on a bunch of different shows. I have never encountered even one person who, rubbed me the wrong way or who I thought was kind of a rude or mean or sinister person anywhere on YouTube. And I know people like Miss Mensa. We certainly don't agree in our theories, and I've never spoken to her directly, so I don't know anything about her. But
I don't either. I'm not staying the hell away from that one, that's for sure. But I know they're planning an attack on her as well. I don't know this, but again, it's the gang tactic where, okay, well, Alan's gone, so let's now go after everybody that had ever talked to Alan, and that's not right. Like, what the hell are we doing?
Right. Why? I mean, I've been the victim of a bunch of bullies, again, with the Grey Gardens thing, and I still don't know why. I mean, I was writing a book for a gentleman, well, not a gentleman, a man, who was in the first Grey Gardens movie, and then all of a sudden a bunch of bullies jumped on me and attacked me, and the terrible things they said about me, terrible things. And the guy, dropped our project and he dropped everything, and it turned out that he was the source of the bullying. He was telling people horrendous lies about me, that I mailed dead rats in the mail to him. I forget what else. Oh, that I steal children. The things were so off the wall and bizarre. Yeah, go ahead.
I remember you were telling me about that you're stealing children one. That's funny.
I do. I steal children. I do all kinds of fun stuff. And
do you want to steal a couple of mine?
I would love them. Oh my gosh, I would take children if I had permission. I take as many as I can get. But no, so it can happen so quickly. And these people were so awful that if you go and look at my book, The Ghost of Grey Gardens, which it's a beautiful biography of a lovely woman who might be the third Bouvier sister next to Jackie Onassis and Lee Radziwill. She might be their third sister, half sister at least. And she's not turning 92 in July, and they leave reviews that are 1-star reviews accusing me of all sorts of horrifying things, because they were conditioned to do that and say that I'm an evil person. But I am exactly who I am right here and now. I'd never hurt a fly. That's not me. But whatever. So I know it can happen very quickly, and it is very contagious. And so I've never
Oh, definitely.
subscribed to any of that baloney.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I fell right into it, unfortunately, and definitely not proud about it.
No, not at all. Not at all.
The thing is I'm talking to some of these people who now don't support me. I know for a fact how they really feel and that they're not okay with it. But do you think they will ever come forward and say that now that they've seen how people talk to me? There's no way in hell. And I don't mind that. I know who everyone is that is agreeing with me under the table, and that's fine.
Sure. And they won't come for, sometimes if I make a mistake and I wrongly accuse someone of something, I know you would too, totally apologize and feel like a real jerk forever, basically.
People think that makes you a weak person, and it absolutely doesn't.
No, of course not. It makes you be an honest, caring person who actually likes people and don't want to get something wrong where it could actually hurt another human being. And how awful is that?
A lot of us have empathy, right?
Which is
psychopaths are lacking, so I can say I'm not a psychopath. I had empathy thinking about he helps pay for his grandchildren. He helps, when he can't make his mortgage. Did we just make an old man possibly homeless? What? Nobody is understanding the domino effects of the shit that everyone's had a hand in playing. Now, I've only done it for a few months, but everybody's been after this guy for 19 months. 19 months.
Oh my God, I know. And I even got threats the first time I was on his show. I got 100 different threats and people calling me. How they found my phone number, I don't know. But like I said, I guess it was blasted all over the Hamptons with my last book. But
everybody wants to be a detective in this genre of true crime, right? Everybody wants to feel like they are good detectives and they can dig up dirt, and that's what they do on people. They're what is the doxing? I'll just fucking say. Sorry, I'm cussing on your channel. I'm trying to.
Isn't doxing illegal? Is that not illegal to say Cher's addresses, whatever? Right. Is that not illegal?
Now, if anyone did that shit to me here on my turf or come to my door and say half the things that they've been saying about me, I bet you they wouldn't, because I will punch you all in your goddamn throats. That's a promise.
Good. Oh, I bet you would. I'd invite them in for tea.
So you say the keyboard to my face, people. I really dare it.
Right. No, I know. And they've said things about me with this case as well. Mostly for my affiliation with Dr. B and Alan and, a couple other people who are very nice.
Either.
No.
They tried doing that to me and you too, Tanya. They had no idea. They were saying, you reached out to me to get book deals, and I should be careful of Tanya. And little did anyone know, I'm the one who stalked you.
You did? Oh my God. Well, you didn't stalk me.
The other way around.
Right. You messaged me and I responded, but again, people ask me, do you make a lot of money on your No Inclination book? No, I don't.
Nobody's business whether you do or don't. That is nobody but yours and your family's business.
But I write as a hobby, and this is the honest to God truth. I write as a hobby. We always take a loss on my income every single year. And our accountant thinks I'm crazy. Why does she keep doing it if she's not making any profit whatsoever? Because it's what I do. Writing is what I have to do, Yeah, and especially this, No Inclination, I had to write it for the victims. I had to give them a voice. And I think I did that, well enough that at least my heart is comforted somewhat, and I really wanted to provide comfort for the families. And if they were to only read it, they'd know what I mean. So whatever. I write as a hobby, and I write when I feel compelled to write something. And I had to write about this case. So whatever. And no, I have not made a profit at all off of No Inclination. I promise. I promise. Let's see. Real, don't start. Real, what are you starting? Real, why don't you jump in here? I'll put the link up again. You don't have to show your face. We just want to hear your voice.
Oh, hi, Mia.
Is Mia here? Oh, hi.
I saw Mia in the chat.
Mia, you're lovely. Hey, Mia, would you like to try to join in too?
Yes, call in.
Yeah, call in, or Or, hold on. I don't know why I can't invite. Oh, there it is. I don't have my glasses on right now. I try every day before I go live. I try my glasses on and look at the screen, and it's got. No, I don't want to print. Why would I want to print? Hold on. Paste. There we go. Mia, if you want to join in, even voice only, if you want, there's the link. If anyone else wants to join in, please do. Real, come on in. You can do it without your face. You haven't shaved today or whatever. Equivalent of women not putting makeup on or doing hair. My mother's been telling me that I don't have enough makeup on. You can't see my makeup, and I'm like, okay, what? I remember in junior high they had a little job fair. Well, not really a job; it was like a career fair. And the careers was cosmetology. They were doing all the makeup for little girls. And I had mine done, and all my friends said to me, "You look exactly the same with makeup on as you do." And so I was kind of bullying, whatever. But literally, my mother's been telling me you can't see a drop of makeup, so I kind of put darker eyeshadow on. I don't know. Whatever. I am what I am. Hello. I wonder, are any of my Grey Gardens people here? Oh, Mia, thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. You look beautiful all the time. Oh my. Yeah. Oh, isn't she gorgeous? Oh my God. Let's see here. He doesn't want everyone to know he's a woman, Megan J. I thought at the beginning that Real Justice was a woman. There are certain phrases and all that he or she uses that indicate she's a woman, but he says he's not. So I really don't know. I would love to hear his voice, Real. If you are real, even if you're not real, come out here and tell us that you're actually a woman.
Show yourself, Real.
Show yourself, please.
Mia, you can always call Tanya's cell phone again if that works on.
You can. Oh, want to make sure my phone's here. It's here. And I've got 46%, but that should get us through the live, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, call on in, Mia, if you can, or take that link if you want to try to do the StreamYard thing again. I know it's sort of complicated for people who don't do it every day. So anybody want to make any comments here? I know that Dr. B and her sister are out there right now getting our discovery documents. I'm hoping they'll be able to pick up some more that we don't actually have. I believe that Vanessa's with them as well from True Crime in Colorado or Unmasked. They're going together as a team, and I'm assuming by this time of day they've gotten them already, but I don't know. I'll ask them later, but I'm sure they'll post it. Isn't that fun? Have you watched their videos, their live videos about going to get the stuff and checking out landmarks in the Watts cave?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've been on video chats with them and stuff too. So.
Sure. Awesome. Very cool.
I'd like them to be able to enjoy the little bit of vacation that they have left instead of being stressed out and all of that. So, hey, Dave G.
Hi, Dave. Thank you for accepting my friend request too, Dave. I didn't realize we weren't friends. They have them, Dave. Okay, thank you. The girls have the documents, and I'm sure that Natasha's going to stay up all night tonight reading them one by one. And I don't know if they got the CDs. I would imagine they would too. So let's hope. Let's hope they uncover something awesome. Archimedes girl, Real is 100% man. Is he your husband? Oh my gosh. Is that who are you related to him? That would be funny. I'm not not funny for you, I'm sure. But
wait, True Crime Truth Seeker. Aren't you supposed to is that who is supposed to be on the live?
No, Unjustified.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's adorable. She has a cute little Southern accent, and I love her channel. And I know that she thinks that NK was involved quite a bit more than I think she was involved. But again, who cares what our theories are as long as we're not hurting anyone? I'm losing my voice too. Gosh, sorry.
I think Mia, you're coming on, right? Are you gonna call her?
Either call me or click on the link and, come on in. Either way is fine. And we can have up to something like 6 guests. So I told David to try it too. Yeah, I love her accent too. True crime, true seeker. She's adorable. Dinner's done. Let's get into party people. What are you talking about? I don't know what your facts are. Oh, she's talking to someone else here. Again,
Oh, who's getting lippy?
I don't know. Do I have
Don't make me call the boyfriend in here.
Oh, no.
I might text them.
Yeah, make him get in here. I know that Tracy's out there doing all she can to moderate. Thank you, Tracy. I didn't notice you were here last time because I don't know why. I'm just I'm really an airhead, especially when I'm doing a live because I pay more attention. Well, I don't even pay attention to what I'm saying. I don't know what I do, but oh, how funny.
I texted him, but I think he just got home from work, so we'll see.
Mia, are you being harassed?
I hope not.
I really hope not. And by whom?
Yeah.
I hope it's. I mean, because who would harass? You're very, very level-headed, and you actually, you have your opinions, but you're so open to everyone else's opinions. I think you're just adorable. I can't imagine what they would find to bully you about.
Okay, so is it? I'm going through it right now to see because nobody's going to bully her when I'm around. Is it getting lippy? Yeah, from what I can see, you can be a little bit kinder to Mia, please. And yeah, you will also, if you're not going to listen, you will get blocked off this channel. So there's no mods in here right now, but I am going through right now, and I would like you to be kinder to Mia.
I agree, and I think Tracy's here. Yeah, she's here.
Oh, okay, good.
One lovely mod here. So.
Okay, so getting lippy, yeah, be kinder or you've got to go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, especially to Mia. Come on, guys. If you dislike someone like Mia, then how do you have any friends at all? Right? I mean, she's so wonderful. But then again, I said that about Tammy, and I believe it 100%, but yet people were rude to her, especially after the last broadcast she did with me. They continued to say horrible things in private. And, it's just, aren't we adults? I mean, there might be some kids out there in junior high who are on this channel. I doubt it. But anyway, Getting Lippy says I'm not being rude. Okay, a lot of times in chat, especially, or in email or in texting, what we say is so brief that it comes across incorrectly. What is that noise? Do you hear that?
My dog panting in the car.
No, it sounds like something sizzling. I don't know. Yes, Mia does have more tolerance than anyone I know. I agree. She is very tolerant of everybody and everyone's opinions. But
who was very rude to Tammy? Who? Because it wasn't me and Tanya.
No. Is someone saying they were rude to Tammy?
No, well, they said they were very rude to Tammy. Kelly Fowler. Who was very rude to Tammy?
Oh, I think because I mentioned people after the fact were rude to Tammy in private messages. I think that's who the they is. But, certainly Cher and I would never be rude to anyone. I mean, that's not what I'm about. I love everybody, and I have real emotions for everyone who is nice to me and that I've made friends with. And there'd be no way I would bully someone, especially, no way. I love the standing up to the bullies. I'm so tired of people coming after all my favorite YouTubers. Thank you, Amy's page. I am too, and they always find something wrong. I was on this tiny little Facebook group. There was something like under 100 people belonging to the group, and I mentioned that there was a short period of time for I think it was like a week that David and I, and David Smith and I, leave David alone. We thought, well, my gosh, maybe Shanann could have killed the children because that's not unheard of. It happens all the time. Women do snap and kill the children. And so I put up a big scenario in someone's group. I don't know. It was I think it was August of last year while the book was underway. And I said, "Is this possible? Could she have done this? Oh my God!" And then I changed my mind right away. Within a week or whatever. And people attacked me on this tiny little Facebook group. They came out of everywhere saying what a terrible person I was, and and I said I feel terrible, awful that I did that to Shanann. That I even thought for one fleeting moment that it's possible that she may have killed her children. And I would say it, I'd say it to her family, yet they literally they chased me off that page because they're so horrible to me, just absolutely horrible, like preschoolers almost. So no matter what you say or what you do, if you have a public presence of any kind, you're going to get bullied. And I know it happens to all my author friends, and it happens to me. And again, I think YouTubers or authors are much more accessible than anybody else involved in anything in the entertainment world. That's my business, is entertainment. So since we are so accessible, they're going to attack us no matter what. I don't know, Sherry, have you gotten that kind of reception as well on your channel? That there are a lot of
I've been, well, ever since I started, I got bullied by one person. I forgave them. And then with me starting to change my mind and the way I feel of everyone's actions, I sure as heck have been. But I mean, I have a thick skin with it. I get anxiety from it, but I don't care. I've been through so much more really bad things in my real life that nothing anyone can say on YouTube is going to hurt me.
Good for you. And I try not to read all the bad comments, and I try to respond to the ugly comments because I'm very sincere. I am exactly who you see here. I have I'm just not mean to people, guys. So whatever. They're reading the new files. It's pages from the discovery we've already had access to. Okay, so they haven't gotten to any of the new stuff. Let's cross our fingers and knock on wood that there is new stuff. But then again, if there isn't any new stuff, everyone who contributed to the fund, don't feel like as though you were taken advantage of, because Natasha had no clue what was going to be in there, and we knew that from the beginning. So if there is no new material, it's certainly not her fault, and I'm so glad that they did that. Bumblebee, real, that's how any feels. That's not call you're sorry. I'm not sure. I'm missing chat here. YouTube really needs to do something about it too. People cannot think this is okay. Thank you, Amy's Page. I agree.
Well, Amy's Page, that's something that Dr. B and I'm sure Tanya will have a part in it too, but we are actually going to be working on that to bring awareness about the harassment and bullying going on. And it's actually not just in the true crime genre.
Oh, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. So, I mean, it's in the biker genre on YouTube. Everybody's got it. Sure. I think the true crime has it just a few notches worse than what I've seen in other genres. But it's definitely something that is worth addressing and hopefully bringing some attention and awareness to it, even to the YouTube people running it and everybody. Because I'll tell you, if I knew all of the behind the scenes before I had a channel, I wouldn't have a channel.
Right. So, no, I agree. And I went into this knowing about bullies because I had been so attacked with Grey Gardens, so terribly attacked. And they could have ruined my reputation. People who will mail dead rats in the mail are not exactly the kind of people you want to buy books from. I think it was dog poop too, and then a whole shipment of drugs, whatever that means. So yeah, and they 100% believed this, and bullies, came up from that thinking that I'm some kind of psychopath who actually, mails dead rats and whatever. Sherry, do you think CW lies because he can't help himself? or don't know what happened, or maybe it's PTSD. What do you think, Cher? Do you think he can't remember
No,
what
I
happened?
think he lies because he can. I think
Mm-hmm.
he gets off on being the only person that actually knows everything and the details. And I think that he continues lying just because he can. I think he gets
Right.
off, and we all keep going around. Our names or his name is still on our tongues, and I think he enjoys that. From what I've read, he enjoys his status in prison, and I think he just lies because he can, and he gets off on being the only one that actually knows the
The
truth.
truth. Right.
He can control. He's controlling his own lies. He's controlling keeping the actual truth, where in real life he felt like his mom took control from him. Shanann took control from him. So I think this is his control.
That's true. And I think that the lying, and people say, well, he lies. Why would you believe anything he says? Well, the way I see it is that he lied to protect himself in the beginning.
Right.
He didn't want people to know. First of all, it was I don't have no inclination. Whatever he said that was so grammatically incorrect. He was saying that he had no idea where they were. And then it went to, okay, yeah, well, I killed my wife, that kind of thing. And those lies were told to keep him out of trouble. And why do we think he's telling the truth now? Because he's got nothing left to lose. There's no reason to continue to lie. He's in
I
prison.
don't believe he's telling the truth, no.
No? Okay.
No, I don't think, and I think he might give us little bits of twisted truth, of course.
Sure.
I don't think he will ever tell the truth until
I don't know.
I don't believe. Everybody knows that I work with people who have in prison. I worked with somebody and no longer do that changed her life, gave herself to God. She's different and this and that. Well, I know that it's for show.
Okay.
And I think the same for Chris Watts.
Right.
It's for show. It's to let people think it's the narcissist in him. It's to let us, or some of us who are going to fall for that, believe he's a good man. He's a
Right.
Christian man. He's turned around now, and we should just forget everything else. It's just not how it works, and it's all for show. Not only that, you get taken. You can. There's special things when you join the church in a prison. Sometimes there's gatherings with some better food. Sometimes there's like little things like that I don't think maybe like outsiders like us would really realize before. I've been asked 100 times where, well, do you think they really gave their life to God, or is it a tactic? And it's very few that I find that actually do give their life to God in prison.
Right.
And most of them, my personal opinion is it's a tactic. It's
Sure.
to get something more. It's to get something more that they don't have right now. It's to, how does it make them look as a person now?
Right. Even to change a public opinion about them as a person, that would be a good enough reason. And I think that, again, I explain it in the book, but from what I can tell, Chris is so emotionless. And again, he understands the difference between good and evil, where God would represent the ultimate good, and he has so few emotions. Run over the cat or slow down and let him pass. They're both the same to him. Kill your wife or get a divorce. They're the same to him. And if he tries to fill up his emptiness, his lack of emotion, with something that is inherently good, that is believed to be good for the last, 2,000 years, which would be God in the Bible, then why not have good take over? He's completely empty. So I think it's he may very well believe that he now has embraced God and, everything about religion, but I think he's trying to fill himself up with good, because it doesn't make a difference to him what his heart is filled with, because he doesn't fundamentally understand the difference between good and evil. And they think both of them make about the same amount of sense to him. So that's kind of my opinion. I could have explained that better, but I think it's in the book a little bit better. Getting Lippy Dave G, I would have, but she blocked me during a chat. I'm not trying to cause problems.
That's about Mia's chat. That's
no. Okay. Well, why don't you girls, kind of make up.
Can you put Stephanie Michelle's last comment up? That's what I texted you about, Tanya, about Chris Watts' first girlfriend. Stephanie, if you can email myself or Tanya and show me where you got that, because I did some Googling and I couldn't find it. My email is capital I, and then it's I hear voices 19 at yahoo.com. If you can find where you read that and send that so Tanya and I can see that, that'd be great.
Definitely. Yeah, you were telling me, okay, his first girlfriend then. Wow.
Yes, his first girlfriend died in a suspicious house fire. I have a feeling that this wasn't the first time either he has hurt somebody severely or that house fire really got my brain going, because like I'd asked last week, or actually just on Monday, I feel like maybe he has at least killed like a cat or a dog or
right,
something.
I remember you brought that up. Sure. And I don't know, because again, they can live their entire lives without anyone ever knowing anything is wrong with them. They may never act on their lack of emotion or their lack of empathy. It may, they might just live to a ripe old age with everyone thinking they're the good guy. And again, if you look
I see True Tam is in the chat. She says it's a lie that Chris's first girlfriend died in a house fire. So yeah, I couldn't find anything about that either, Tam. If you know anything about it or you would want to say anything about that, you sure can.
Okay, Tammy, you have to listen to the bullies. Good, and I don't do that because I always think they're going to change and they're going to see the light of day and they're going to behave. But that's probably a good idea. It's probably why I'm always susceptible to bullies because I don't do it right. But
Stephanie,
anyway,
Stephanie, go ahead and send that. My channel has my email in there as well, so go ahead and send whatever you have, hon, and I'll take a look at it.
It ain't a lie. Oh, no, don't say shut up. But I love you, Stephanie, and I love Tammy. Don't fight, girls. But again, if we were all in the same room together, none of us would have an issue with any of us because that, it just happens over online because we're hidden behind our little computers. But anyway, Mommy Ramblings, the beginning of the case. Did she mention that?
Mommy Ramblings. Okay. I don't care for that channel, but I will check it out.
Yeah, I love her channel, and she's so real, and again, it's not an act, I'm sure. She's a really nice lady, just kind of like the girl next door or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. But nobody argue here, please. I love you all. Oh my, even Real Justice, whoever she is.
Yeah, or he.
Or he. No, I'm joking. Hi, Katie again. Hi, Tammy. I loved your live yesterday. Watched it last night. I loved Tammy's lives. I can't see them anymore, but I would always watch them.
We've been blocked. Tammy, unblock us. We love you.
Yeah, we do. I know. It's so silly. I love everyone, and especially Tammy, because she's so awesome, and her theories are so well thought out and so researched, and we don't agree, but we never have. So, there's no reason for us to not like each other. Hello, Tanya and Cher. Sorry I'm late. On a vacay in Key West. Oh my, good for you.
I'm jelly. Wow.
Yeah, have a great time. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know. I'm just hoping that Natasha gets something new. That would be just the be all end all to our research. Any little thing new. I know they're not releasing the phone records, and I talked about this a little bit on my last live, but why do you think they're not releasing those phone records? And do you think it's something as simple or not simple, kind of complicated, that NK implicated herself several times by saying, get rid of that family and then, we'll be together, or, something like that. Again, that's how I did it in the book, that maybe her texting and her phone calls, well, they wouldn't know what content of her phone calls was, but some of her texts were so incriminating that
I
they're not.
think that too, and I also
Yeah.
think there was maybe incriminating stuff against Watts's mom and dad.
Oh no, really?
I feel like there is, because there was something where they were trying to poison the girls. They knew about the nut allergy that the two girls had, and
Correct.
didn't. Somebody kept trying to give them nuts, and Shanann was like texting her friends saying like, "Well, she put out the ice cream. My kids can't have nuts. They know about the allergies." Like there was something about some nutgate, as it's been called.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if maybe there wasn't, maybe the mom and dad were talking with Chris and like, well, just get rid of her. Or you know how they would talk like, well, if you're not happy, son, get rid of her. Or however, like you're
Sure,
saying,
anyone could say that, and they mean get
anyone.
divorced. Right, right.
So, I mean, I don't know. There could have been some incriminating things. Maybe they didn't want people going after Cindy and Ronnie. Maybe they didn't want them going even farther after Nicole because it looks bad, but there's an explanation,
Sure,
obviously.
sure. No, I know, and the Watts family did nothing wrong. They were trying to support their son, and so what if they didn't get along with their daughter-in-law? I've been blessed with wonderful in-laws, but I know a lot of women who don't have wonderful in-laws, and they're always bickering. So I just don't know. But you're right. Someone else might have said, "Oh boy, get rid of that woman," or so, and it looks as though they're saying get rid of her as in killing her, whereas they're just simply saying get a divorce, get separated, whatever you want to do. Oh my mother. I think
Oh,
my mommy, I think the troublemakers are just that, as you know from your group in New York with your last book, always will be haters. Thank you, Mom. Yeah, my mother dealt with many nights of me calling her crying when the bullies were picking on me with the Grey Gardens thing, and it was pretty low time in my life because that hadn't happened to me since I was a little kid, and even then it was nothing. So it was very surprising that people hated me so much, that they actually went on several of my books, the same people, and gave me 1-star reviews for books they didn't even read. But yeah, so thanks, Mom. I'm very happy you actually are here. Um, this is T. Yes, share. I agree with the Watts phone calls. I think it was a setup to get the ball rolling on a divorce, but I don't think they ever thought of murder. Of course not. Of course
right.
not. Okay. Angie, am I mean to? Oh, Stephanie, you're lovely. No, no, no. Why would you? Hi, Prairie Boy. Why would? No, no. I love all the stuff you say. And again, people, if you want to, I took most of last week off because of, fun, good family stuff with my daughter. But I if you want to comment in the comments, in the live chat, or in the comments below the video, please do comment. Try not to be mean. I mean, if you can be mean to me, just don't be mean to any of my guests ever. But if you comment and you're subscribed as well, I am giving away another free book next Friday. Not yeah, next Friday. I'm going to select the winner. I think I've given away 2 already from here. But in any case, you can comment in the live chat, or you can comment in the actual comments, and you must subscribe. And I'll pull a winner, and I'll send you a free signed book of No Inclination. Now, if you already have that book, you feel free to look me up on Amazon and choose a different book for me to send to you, and I'd be happy to do that instead of No Inclination, because I know that a lot of you already have it, which I appreciate that so much. But anyway, but no, Stephanie, you're adorable, and I love your comments. You're so sweet. I don't think anyone's mad at you at all.
No, there was some issues in the chat. Like, I don't know. I was trying to read the damn chats. That's why I called the boyfriend in. I think
Oh
he's
yeah,
in.
he's here now. Thank you, boyfriend.
Because I couldn't see really the chat. I didn't know who said what, but you're not going to go after Mia, God damn it.
No, no, don't go after anybody.
Or Stephanie, right.
Yeah, nobody. Let's see here. No, I think that if there was, and the reason they're not going to release the phone records is because there probably is falsely incriminating evidence in there, which they've
Right.
already checked out fully, and they've already cleared whoever it was who may have texted something regarding getting rid of the family or getting rid of the wife, but I think that they know that the public would run with something like that and say, aha, here's the evidence. She said, get rid of your wife, So no,
See,
that might be
that's what I think too, because look how everyone acted with Nicole. Even I did at the beginning. I said, that bitch is guilty, right? So I think a father and a son talking about a divorce of a
right.
controlling woman, I think that could have looked bad, and maybe for letting the parents kind of mourn, because I'm sorry, they lost their son too. He's in prison. They no longer have their son like they used to, right? So, and the way a father and a grown man would talk about divorcing, I mean, I don't even want to know, like, get rid of that bitch or something like that. I don't know. It could have sounded so bad, and maybe that's why they're keeping it under lock and key, so that everybody doesn't go after Ronnie or Cindy possibly. Maybe the Nutgate thing really happened. I don't know.
No, I think the Nutgate thing happened the way Cindy described. It was, it was probably blown out of proportion, but if you're a mommy like Shanann, any little thing that might threaten your babies, you're gonna kind of go ballistic about it. But I do believe she may have overreacted. Now, Shanann was a lovely, beautiful woman. She was a great mom. She does nothing wrong in my eyes. But I'm sure she, like me, like I always used to when Allie was little, she may have overreacted to a possible threat to her children, which is fine. No one's right, no one's wrong. I think Cindy's a lovely lady, too. And I certainly don't think she's ever tried to bash Shanann other than regular in-law problems like everyone has. So whatever. But let's see. Dave G. CW's first girlfriend was a newly divorced older woman, and Chris said he was the rebound guy. Okay. Shanann was at the lowest point of her life. Oh. Then NK and CW had to talk her off. Oh, okay. NK. CW had to talk her off the ledge. All vulnerable women, definitely.
That's true.
They
See,
are.
so that proves the narcissism, right? So he's picking, that's how they like women, unfortunately, that have, like, so she had her, what is it, lupus? So she was, so she's not really feeling the best about herself. She's sick, whatever. And then Nicole had some issues too. So, I mean, that is predator right there. And definitely he's got a type. And so that all aligns.
And his type would be vulnerable women, because I think I think he is a covert narcissist, and being a narcissist, he'd need praise. And how do you get praise with a woman? By doing nice things for her, by appearing to be very attentive and all that stuff. And I don't know if I mentioned this the other day, but Drew Peterson, and maybe even Scott Peterson. I think Scott Peterson was kind of in the middle of Chris and Drew, but Drew Peterson was an overt narcissist, as we all know, if we've watched any of his interviews anywhere. So he was exactly like Chris, except his narcissism was overt and on, right there on the table for everyone to see, him making some kind of big production or show out of everything. So, but yet they both ended up killing their wives, because they are, psychopaths. And I was also wrong where I said a sociopath is born that way. I am so sorry. A sociopath is actually becomes a sociopath because of their upbringing, because of something traumatic that happened to them, or what have you. Now, a psychopath is born. I believe Chris Watts is a psychopath then, because I don't see anything in the Watts family that would be traumatic or negative, or, because look at Jamie. She's a lovely woman, very nice girl. And she turned out great. So they were raised in the same household. I don't think there's anything in Chris's past that would have triggered sociopathy, or what's it called now? What is it called now? Antisocial personality disorder. I do believe he was born that way. And I was wrong. I got them backwards. Sorry about that, everyone. But yeah.
I think that too, because if you, we've all seen Shanann on YouTube. And when you see Chris on there, well, for one, I always thought Shanann had like a YouTube persona. I think she was more bitchy to Chris when she was not live streaming. I think she acted more sweet and kind on the streams.
Sure.
I don't know. It's just a sense I got. But
Well,
Chris, yeah, Chris always to me seemed like he wasn't thrilled with Shanann being on YouTube or being popular on YouTube, I'll say. He seemed annoyed every time he walked in the door, like, oh, she's streaming again. Like, I don't know. Like jealous maybe of.
I think maybe not jealous, just terrified that he'd have to be in the camera, in the photo or in the video rather. My husband's like that too. He's not about show at all. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
And my husband, we're kind of the exact opposites. He's definitely an introvert and I'm, sort of not, but whatever. So I think that Chris was literally a covert narcissist where he covers it up and he appears to be an extreme introvert and he may very well be in real, actually an introvert. But
she was embarrassing him all the time by forcing him to come on to the stream, especially when she told him about being pregnant. Was it the third? Was it the third baby? Yeah, whatever.
Right.
He did it when he first walked in the door and she was streaming. He actually, to me, looked pissed.
He looked mad later when he was talking about the test kit or whatever. He looked like he was not necessarily happy. I'll just say that.
Yeah, he was not a happy camper about that. So I don't know. But yeah, I guess. And she kept putting him on the damn live streams, even if he's on the floor playing with the kids. And you could just tell, like, that's not what he wanted. So he probably had some, like, resentment there.
Oh, I'm sure. But, my husband, he doesn't get upset when I do all my little YouTube stuff. But, it's kind of like I'm sure he wishes that I didn't, but he would never do it. Never. I mean, we had a joint, what's it called? Oh, gosh, what's the name of that? Why can't I remember? Whatever app you use to make a bunch of phone, call a bunch of people at the same time, a Zoom call for Mother's Day for his mom, because we haven't seen her in a while. And, we were all on the phone for like half an hour before Kelly jumps in to be on the phone with us. So I think it's a man thing, I know. And a lot of men are introverts and, us women are not usually. Well, no, that's wrong too. There are a bunch of introverted women. I think that Chris had trouble with being front and center and actually being on her program. That's whatever her lives were. And that doesn't necessarily mean he's a killer.
Yeah, right. Okay. We put Mia's comment on there about her ex is a covert. She was jealous. Yes, Mia. My exes are even upset. Okay. My daughter's father, I haven't been with in many years, hates that I am on YouTube. Hates it. Absolutely hates it. So it's just how I could definitely tell that Chris did not like Shanann being a public figure.
Sure. Because I know, let's see, what did Mia actually say here? My ex is a covert, and yes, he was jealous of me. And I never saw it coming. Oh, Mia, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened there with your life, but yeah, I'm so sorry. You're lucky to have gotten out of there. Because if he was a narcissist like that, he may very well be a sociopath or a psychopath. But I am so sorry. And Dr. B told me that you have to be a narcissist in order to have antisocial personality disorder, which would be, a sociopath or a psychopath, just depending on, correct me if I'm wrong. I think they're both fall under the label of antisocial personality disorder because they are such similar maladies. Hold on. True crime, truth seeker. Antisocial personality disorders tend to lie, break laws, act impulsively, and lack regard for their own safety or the safety of others. Okay, correct. Yes, I do see that. Definitely. Mia, agree? Sorry, go ahead.
Mia just said her ex found her on YouTube. And, Mia, that's because I'm like, make sure that you're protected and have any kind of orders that you need to make sure that you're protected. I'm kind of going through something with my daughter's father right now, and there's trial coming up, so it makes me nervous. But Mia, that's because the worst thing that we can do for people like that is to just not care and pretend like they're not there and just be successful. You have to be the best self that you can be, Mia, and just keep doing your YouTube because you're successful with it, right? Look at your channel. So just keep it up. And they're jealous of that. They're jealous that you did not need that person in your life. So just keep doing what you're doing. So what? He found you on YouTube. Let him watch.
Right. And stay safe in real life. You know, I mean, let him do whatever he has to do with YouTube. Yeah. Tanya, you see how angry he was at the officer standing with his back
Yep.
to the sliding glass door? Yes, I know. I know. But he stayed in that nice guy character. You can even catch him giving Nicole Atkinson a bunch of side eye, you know, kind of staring at her with this, you know, if looks could kill type of thing, where he could have, you know, shot her down with his eyeballs if he could. Because she ruined the whole thing. She ruined whatever he had planned to come back to the house that day at 3 or whatever and take care of. And then he might have called the police himself saying, oh, she's nowhere, you know, after he figured out her phone password and pretended like she had been texting or something all day long. I don't know. But, and how about that, guys? Do you think that he had planned to go back and cover up the crime scene, you know, even more? I think so too. Yeah.
I think, honestly, I still believe that he was planning on blowing it up.
Right, right. That's possible. That is possible. And, you know, I don't know who it was, but one of the YouTubers who I don't agree with, again, that's fine. I don't have to agree with everyone. She said something like, he did not even, didn't even bring the bodies to the oil site, that someone else brought them there. What do you think of it? Does anyone believe that theory? I don't know. That's kind of off the wall, but I don't know who would bring, you know, 2 little girls and their mommy who's pregnant for Chris to the oil site for him to bury or for them to bury or whatever.
Right. I mean, who's helping with that? I can't see that. But one thing I did wonder, I'm wondering if that was like a last resort plan. I think maybe if everyone believes Chris had some kind of help, maybe things happened sooner than Chris liked. I almost wonder, now, didn't Shanann question why Chris's cell phone, the picture on his cell phone changed from a picture of Shanann and the girls to it was pictures of the sand dunes that he was out with Nicole, right? When he did his weekend.
Okay, sure.
Doing the dune buggies and stuff out in the sand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I heard Shanann saying he had changed his picture on his phone to the sand dunes, and that she was texting her friends like, well, it's weird. Now his picture is sand hills. I almost wonder, like, do you think they were planning on possibly taking a trip out there to hide the bodies? Why were they there?
Maybe. Yeah. Wow. And I know that I don't know if you saw Natasha, where she kicked up that it's more like sand at the oil site. It's not really like dirt. I thought it was hard packed up, you know, that light brown clay like dirt that you get. But it's more like sand. So that sort of gives you the idea that he could have dug that hole that morning, even though I still believe he did it a couple of days earlier. I think he, you know, premeditated it by at least a few days. And I even want to say a month, because who knows the date on that letter he wrote to his parents that said, if anything happens to me, blame my wife. That was just so creepy. And why wouldn't his parents come forward to say, you know, to contact the police at that time and say, oh my God, I'm afraid for my son's life? I mean, what do you guys think about that letter? I want to say, was it dated in June or was it July when he was actually out there in North Carolina?
I can't remember.
I don't either. 10 years today, but every night on the phone until he went to work. He said he wanted me to need him. I thought he would. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mia.
That's how they play us, Mia. They make us think they're going to be our best goddamn friend. Okay.
Yeah, luckily I've been married it'll be 26 years in July, believe it or not. I was, of course, 5 years old when I got married. I'm kidding. But so, I had some jerkish boyfriends. Definitely. I had some creeps that I dated. I think we talked about that briefly, but And so I kind of know where you're coming from, but luckily I've been blessed with a wonderful husband. Ann Donahue, I believe hi Ann, how are you? I believe he had help. See, I still don't see that. I really don't. And it's not like they were, dignitaries or someone of any importance other than being just, a beautiful little family. I don't know who's going to be compelled to actually participate
If
in
he
a
had help,
murder.
the only person I could think, because nobody is going to prison for 5 life sentences. And no, you're never walking out of that prison alive. You're going out of
Right.
that prison in a damn body bag for sure.
Sure.
So do you think he loved Nicole enough to want to do that when they only had hung out for a summer?
No.
No.
I would like to know why she Googled Shanann earlier, a year
Yeah,
earlier.
I can't really explain that one away. I've tried so many times, and it actually has me very curious too. I don't know why, because that doesn't look good. I have to be careful. You know what I say right now, but
Sure.
that
It
doesn't
look good.
exactly look really good for her. And I'm hoping that one day things will settle down. Hopefully, that's one good thing of Alan not incriminating her right now. It's the only thing I can think of that would be good of the situation. So
Sure.
maybe things will die down on incriminating Nicole, and maybe she will feel comfortable to come out and talk. But I know she's not going to come out and talk when everyone is incriminating her and putting out petitions to have her arrested and all of that. Why would she come out and talk now? And also, what's the point? Everyone already has their mind made up. They're going to call her a liar.
Right.
No matter what she says, she's going to be a liar. If she passed a lie detector test, y'all will say, well, some people can pass a lie detector test. She's a psycho. She passed it. So there's really nothing that she can say or do that will change the mind of half of the people that think she's involved.
Correct. And that's a shame.
So what's the point?
She can
Until
never
she decides to come out and profit off of it. Exactly.
Yeah.
She can't.
Yeah. She can never live a normal life. But let's see here. Pamela Stevens, Amy W. I'm sure a lot of people enjoyed watching the video, but again, is that the kids' choice? I don't know what we're talking about. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so she's been saying that the children should not have been basically put on YouTube. So Shanann was profiting off of her streams like everybody. And she had her kids on there all the time with her. So I believe what that lady was saying, kind of like, okay, so we'll use Full House, for example. The children, so like Michelle, whatever her name is, the girls that were twins that played the part, they had to have twins play that part because children are only allowed to work so much. I think that's what that point that person is getting at is Shanann was profiting off of having her kids, and maybe Chris's parents, maybe even Chris had a problem with her kids being on social media like that. I've put my kids on very little social media, but I bet maybe there was a problem maybe with Chris's parents didn't like it. Maybe Chris didn't like it. And now knowing YouTube, maybe there was some more shit behind the scenes going on that didn't really help that situation either.
Oh, maybe.
Like maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. And I think that,
getting sent around, weird
Shanann did, she did a few videos that had the children, but for the most part, they were just Shanann talking, and the kids were in there occasionally, sure. But I really don't know. And when my daughter was little, social media wasn't exactly what it is now. There was like MySpace and stuff. It was kind of nothing. So I don't know.
JD. I miss you, JD.
Aw, JD. I don't know who he is, but she, sorry.
She's a she.
Did Shanann tell him to murder her daughter?
Stephanie, no. No, girl, I love you, but no.
No, I don't. Do we answer this one already? Yeah, we already answered that one.
We can know that Shanann did not murder the kids because it was when that woman detective brought up that movie, right? So did she kill the kids? And then Chris right away was like, oh yeah, she strangled the kids. So we can like get that out of our systems right now. That Shanann did not harm those children.
Oh, of course not. No. And not that, see, this is why I thought for one brief moment in time that it's possible, because there are a lot of women who do that.
What
But
I would
not,
like to do, or if anyone wants to do it, but I'll do it. I am going to look back because she wore a lot of like tank tops and stuff. I'm curious, do you think Chris was ever, did he just snap and kill his family one day? Or do you think that he was abusive on the low? Maybe like grabbing her arm or little things like that.
I think emotionally, sure. He wouldn't
Definitely.
speak to her and he wouldn't answer her questions when she was worried about their relationship. Um, but I don't think that he was physically abusive, primarily because I think Shanann would say, goodbye, you grab my elbow, you're out of here. I really think she was strong enough to come back with something that would put him in his place or even remove him from their home. I don't think she'd take even one time of him grabbing her wrist or whatever. I don't think she would. She's not that kind of a lady. She's not that kind of woman who would put up with something like that, in my opinion. And I don't think NK was either. I don't think so. And, I know, I know one woman at least who has lived in that sort of an abusive marriage for a few years, and she doesn't have that kind of personality. She would not leave him, at the drop of a hat. And gosh, I would be out. I would be so out of there. The first time he revealed to me that he had any kind of a personality that could be dangerous to myself or to my children, that's it. And I think Shanann would have done the same thing. That's what I think. Yeah.
But when you have kids, and she really was trying to make her marriage work, she knew it was kind of over. She still was really working on it. So I mean, I guess I don't know. Now Mia has a question. What did Cody mean when he said to Tammy Lee that Colorado is known for sick? Yeah, I don't know what he meant by the sex trafficking in Colorado because the children were dead, right? So unless we're going to believe the theory that it was all staged and Shanann and the girls are actors and all of that, I don't think that would really matter. Like, I guess I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe there's a lot more we don't know. And I'm just going to address JD really quick.
Sure.
I'm sorry that you are hurt, JD, but I have to be true to myself. And I think you know that. That's why you're still here supporting, but I still love you and support your decision. Okay? That's that.
What did she put out publicly what's going on, or?
No, it's just a personal.
Okay, then we'll stay out of it. I didn't know if there was a question that I missed or something like that. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, Shanann used Facebook and not YouTube, I thought. And what's the difference with you sharing your young children's pics on Facebook? That's true. I agree with that. I personally don't think she overshared anything. I don't know. I mean, I was so proud of my little girl that if the social media existed this way that it is now when she was little, I probably would have had videos with my kid in it too on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. But then again, at that point, aware of how bullies can be and how stalkers can be. At that point in my life, I hadn't written a book yet, and I would have been aware of the dangers as much as I should have been. And I think Shanann has never really been in the public eye, and this is kind of sort of the first time that she was with doing her videos and selling her Thrive publicly. So I think she probably thought nothing of it. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think she did anything wrong with those kids. Not at all. Let's see here. Where
walked backwards down the stairs when he allegedly dragged Shan. What? Down the stairs? Who says she even was murdered upstairs, though?
Me.
I mean, I could see it in the bathroom, like the scenario where she was washing her face if there was really makeup on the sheet. I've been put in a situation like that. That'd be very easy to happen. But, and still, I'm sorry, but 140 pounds is not that big. It's not. I'm 120. 20 more pounds, I still feel like I'd be light and my son could still. I sent you that picture, Tanya. My 12-year-old son
cute.
picking me up and lifting me. So I definitely believe that it could have happened with just Chris. I don't see, and then 2 toddlers. I'm sorry, that's simple. It's not only that, it was his kids. It was easy enough to say.
He was used to carrying them, right?
Absolutely.
Right. And I don't know.
Like JD says too, Chris Watts was bodybuilding to prepare for that. Also, why was he in scrubs? What was he? Do you remember seeing the YouTube videos of Chris where he's like wearing, it looks like he's like a doctor or something. I don't know. He's wearing like some kind of outfit for something, but he was talking about like some relationship expert crap or something. What was he doing?
Was that when I thought he had on like regular, I mean, he was kind of a chubby guy at that point. He had on regular clothes in the video.
What was all that? What was he doing then? He was trying to school people on how to be in a relationship and how to.
I think it was part of a school project. I don't know. Maybe you guys know that he went to some sort of school in addition, or maybe it was for the.
No, because he was giving a talk. He was giving. Right. He was doing like a PowerPoint presentation, either somewhere or possibly in his own living room. And it was all about like knowing when to just leave the relationship. And like, I mean,
great advice there, Chris. Yeah.
I shouldn't be laughing, but I mean.
No, I know, but we have to have a little bit of, lightweight humor here.
Justice, don't talk to me like that. I'm not even kidding. I'll block you myself.
Uh-oh. You can talk to me like that. I'm used to it.
No, he's not going to talk to anybody like that.
Aw. How can you see whether or not she would tolerate or not tolerate interviews? That, you know what? That is correct. I can't. I base a lot of my opinions on, how I would behave or how I would act. And it seemed as though Shanann was a really tough cookie that she wouldn't. Can you see her putting up with someone physically hurting her, the children, on a daily basis, a weekly basis, whatever? I think she was so strong. And then at that point in her life, I don't think she was earlier. And I think, she actually hid behind a mask of someone who was very outgoing and very self-assured. However, I think that she, at this point in her life with her 2 little girls, she wouldn't have put up with it. That's my opinion. Of course it's my opinion, but if you guys don't think so, then then maybe I'm wrong. God knows I'm wrong quite a bit.
Real Justice needs a timeout. I'm not kidding. Or I will hang up the call.
Real Justice.
He's not going to be rude. You can say your point and you can have your sarcasm and be your little asshole attitude. I love it, but there's no reason to talk to us like that. I'm serious.
I put him on a timeout, Real.
Perfect. Good.
Be a good boy.
You got to.
That's, yeah, don't say bad words to my friends. I mean, you guys are all my friends. I don't want anyone to be mean to anyone, but Cher is a lovely lady and she doesn't need that. Bumblebee, thank you. Yeah, you're one of my mods, but I don't know, does it automatically expire after a little while where they're allowed back in?
5 minutes.
Okay,
it's 5 minutes, but and if they want to keep it up, then yes, you will get blocked for a little while. Sorry. We made the rules and we have to follow through with them for everybody.
I agree. Don't be rude to anybody. But everybody here is so nice so far. Even Real Justice, I don't know why he said bad words. But Tanya Scherer, did you see the yellow evidence markers? One at the banister was number 28. No, I didn't see the evidence markers inside the home. I wonder what sort of evidence it was that they found there. And one thing that I always thought was, if he did in fact drag her down the staircase, I had exactly the same carpet that they had in my last house. We had bought it from Home Depot, and it's sort of like a yellowish beige, and you've got little flecks of dark brown and medium brown all throughout it, and it's actually a shag carpeting, what we used to know as shag when we were little kids. And if you drag something like that, anything down the stairs, there would have been like a line, like a straight line or whatever, where her feet had smushed down the carpet in exactly that way, unless I don't know if you take the time to go through and fluff up each stair again, but that's something that didn't show in that when the police and the other folks entered the house with him on the 13th. It didn't show those lines. I
Gianna Marie, good night, hon. Sorry to interrupt. Good night, Gianna.
Aw. Good night, Gianna. And whoever else is leaving us now, I know I talk too much. And I'm so sorry that Unjustified couldn't be here, but I'm so grateful for you being here to share. I think we got our signals crossed, maybe not. Hold on. Oh, Dave is sending me something. Thank you. I'll take a look at it when we end here. I appreciate that. Let's see. And Dave, I would love you to jump in too. Oh, there we go. Okay, there is a marker there. What is that evidence marker there for? Wow.
So, yeah, and why would a dog not alert over there?
Yeah. And I don't know, does anyone know, and I don't know, do I have any dog handlers out there at all? Maybe I could try. I think I've been talking about trying to find a dog handler for some time. Thank you, Mia. This is very interesting. You're so sweet. And again, you're welcome to jump in here. Just give me a phone call and I'll put you in here, through audio. But I really would like to know, hold on. The person who asked me why does Cher take over my channel, she doesn't. She's my friend, and I love talking to her, especially about this case. And I talk 100% more than Cher does. Believe me, if you watch this, any of my shows, I talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and my poor guest can barely get a word in edgewise. I'm sorry about that, but
Tanya and I are friends, and when she asks me to be there, I am absolutely there. And we also just start chatting as if we are on the phone. That's what friends do.
Exactly. And Cher actually stepped up tonight. She was out doing, personal business, and I said, please come on. I don't have a guest tonight because I think Unjustified can't do it. And this was literally last minute. And what did she do? She dropped whatever she was doing to literally call into my channel or be on my channel tonight. I appreciate Cher in every way. She's a dear friend and I love her. And she doesn't take over anything. I take over everyone. You guys, you really not see that? Let's see here. Tanya, no, love to hear you. Thank you to the both of you, Tanya and Cher, for this live. Oh, you're so sweet, Amy. Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh. Cadaver dogs is not admissible in court. Thank you, Stephanie. Really? They're not admissible even as circumstantial evidence, and that's news to me. Thank you. I didn't know that. I know that with the Casey Anthony case that the cadaver dogs actually hit right there on her the trunk of her car. Obviously, she had poor baby Kaylee in there, deceased. And I always wondered why that wasn't a part of the evidence that the jury just picked up on and ran with, because they definitely hit on her car. So now you're saying that they can't use it in court. Interesting. Thank you for setting me straight on that. But what I would like to know is if a cadaver dog would actually pick up the scent of a dead person if it was only like 5-10 minutes later. Does anyone know that? I would hope she didn't to tolerate the abuse. Yes, I agree. Women are good at hiding things to protect your image and perfect family, possibly to protect your business. Either way, we can both only guess. That is true. Thank you, ever so Sophie. I agree. And you're right, because Shanann could have been an actress when it came to the strength of her relationship or even the safety of her relationship. she could have completely been concealing that so that her image in general didn't look like anything she didn't want it to look like, including a battered woman. That is possible. Absolutely.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking earlier when talking about if maybe he abused her, even if it was just mental abuse. I mean, that is the worst. I personally, dealing with all kinds of abuse, a lot of people will say this too. I'd rather be slapped around than have the mental abuse that actually hurts a lot more, and it takes over your life a lot more too.
Sure. Yeah, you're right, because with the physical abuse, it's over and done. With the mental or emotional abuse, it stays with you forever, ever.
Exactly. Yep. It really can take a hold of your psyche and change you.
Oh yeah, definitely forever. I mean, PTSD and everything else. Amy W. Meyer, you're a beautiful, smart lady. Going to check out your live you had yesterday. I didn't catch it. I wasn't feeling well. How nice, Amy. She, yeah, if anyone wants to hop over to Mia's channel or Cher's channel, or I even put the link to Unjustified in the description below. But because these ladies are doing a bang up job, and again, I don't agree with every theory that they all have, but that's okay, and that's why we're friends and we're still here, and whatever.
Because how boring, you guys, would discussions be if
I'm
everyone
confident.
thought the same way? How boring is that?
Right. Oh, definitely. If we all thought exactly the same thing, what will we talk about?
Right.
Although I'm sure you and I could talk about something. Right? I'm confident that he could lift her while Shan was living. Most likely not after her death, not without a struggle. Really, I don't know if he had just killed her. She would be still, very flexible, as rigor doesn't set in for a few hours. But I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I've carried my sleepy child before. Um, and I've seen her boyfriend carry her before when she's asleep. But I don't know, and Allie's probably about that size. She's a little shorter than me. But see, I don't know. I don't know. Does anyone know, would it be more difficult to carry someone who has just been killed than it would be to carry someone who's sleeping? I don't know. I don't know. Go on, Sarah.
I don't know either. I've been carried to bed before when I've been sleeping, but I don't know how heavy I am. I don't know. I guess it depends who's doing it. But Chris Watts was in shape at the time of the murders. He was working out. So I think he could have. I think he worked out
very much. Yeah.
Yes, he did that. I think he did that all along, planning what he was going to do.
And I didn't even think about that until just today when you brought that up, that what if he was getting in shape so that he could do this?
Absolutely. You had to climb up the oil things, get them in the oil things. You had to also dig a grave, somewhat of a grave, which was a pretty shitty one if you ask me. He didn't take long on that.
Right.
He would have had to be very active, especially if he was planning on going back and wiring everything up how he did, to blow it up or whatever. I think, well, we all know he premeditated this, but how long did he premeditate it? Yeah, I absolutely think that he started working out and bulking up his arms and everything and knowing what he was
going to have to do. Right.
Yep.
Wow. And I'm wondering, okay, Real Justice, you're back off a timeout. Welcome back. Be good. Carrying a wrapped body downstairs, walking backwards would be super hard. You're right. It would be.
True.
And again, I know I had a black lab before the one I have now, who he lost the use of his hind legs when he was before he passed away, and we would have to carry his hind end down the stairs, and there were so many times where I almost tripped, and so carrying someone who's actually helping you with their front paws was difficult enough, and I would trip or whatever. I can't imagine carrying a body, that was she was probably like 50 pounds lighter than him down the stairs. So logically, I guess he would put her down and then drag her. I don't know. And LOL. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here clacking my false teeth, banging the floor with my cane, and reminiscing about the good old days. I just wound up my my phonograph, and I'm gonna listen to tunes. Oh, that's adorable. Somehow, I think you're not that old, Shiloh. um, let's see.
Did he have a bite mark on his neck? Did he?
No. Was it who? What? Who?
Chris Watts had a bite mark on his neck. Who just said that? I missed it. Stephanie.
Hold on, Bumblebee. I'll come back to you. Let me look for that remark here.
Stephanie Michelle. Chris had a bite mark on his neck. Is that true? I need to go and look at that.
I don't think it was a bite. I thought it was a very little scratch.
Oh, thank you, Real Justice. And, see what a timeout does. We can all be adults. Like I said, I love your little asshole personality and the sarcasm. I'm all for it. But we don't need to be adults telling each other to shut up. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Real. Just so, that's such a nice thing to apologize. That's all we have to do.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And like I said, he's kind of like my little brother. So he reminds me of my little brother. Let's see here. The reason why dead weight. Okay, here we go. The reason why dead weight is more difficult is because the center of weight is not distributed evenly. Okay. I get that. But then again, if he did drag her down the stairs, then there was no mark on, like I said, I'm very, very familiar with that carpeting, and it leaves an indent. If you sit on the floor, it'll like leave an indent of your knees or whatever. And so he would have to fluff up those stairs so it didn't look like he dragged something down, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Bumblebee, I'll come back to your comment again. So 3 sets of dogs took to 25 Saratoga Trail. No cadaver on the truck either. Weld County footage shows nothing that Chris loaded. I know. It's a shame. I mean, I wish we could see that video better. I mean, Nate's security camera video. Gosh, I wish we could see it better. But I don't know. To me, it looks as though he's initially he drags out something that's very heavy, and I'm freezing. I don't know why my picture's freezing. I look like an idiot. But he pulls out something heavy initially, and then after that, it looks like the loads he's carrying are much lighter, whatever they might be. So I don't know. I wish we could have. I would even, if somebody knows how to manipulate video to make it more clear, come forward and message me or something, because I would love to clear up that horrible video. And, Alan always said that would be like photoshopping, and he didn't want that kind of thing to be done. And I understand that, but I don't mind if you guys know how to clean up stuff and make it sharper.
Will you put Stephanie Michelle's last comment up? What's it say?
Chris had a bite mark, that one, or a different one?
No, it's the very last, so the newer one, her last message. She thinks he took the kids out back Sunday night and put the babies in the tank before Shanann got home. That could be, however, didn't we see him loading the truck? It looked like one little girl ran out and he picked her up, right? So unless dates on the camera are off, which I'm guessing is very possible.
It could be, sure.
But that is a good one. I never thought about that.
Did he take the kids out back Sunday night and put the baby? Oh gosh, how awful.
Which would be why she couldn't, when she said, send me a picture of the kids sleeping, he couldn't come up with one.
Now, see, I always thought he may have smothered them prior to that phone call with Shanann, and they weren't. I mean, I think Cece was gone, but I don't think Bella was. And I think that he felt that if he took a picture, number one, going back in the room might have been creepy to him, jerk, but,
Really quick, I'm just going to say something. JD, if you think I'm that kind of person, I don't believe you ever would have given me your address. And you can personally, privately message and say to me what you want to. That's fine. I still love you, and I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever given you any reason to think that I would give your address out. If you honestly think I'm that type of person, don't address me ever again, because I think you know better than that. And that's all I'm going to say. I still love you. I'm still glad you're around. Would love to see you come on the lives, but don't worry about me. If I was going to do anything like that, it wouldn't be to you, who's still been kind to me. So you have nothing to worry about. Please.
No, Cher, you wouldn't do that. JD, I'm so sorry if you feel worried about it. Cher's wonderful. She's not going to do anything like that. And, it seems as though everybody has my address. So.
I have to do what's right for my heart and to make me feel good about every day. And unfortunately, that meant me not being a part of Team Phoenix anymore, but that wasn't my choice. That doesn't mean that I'm going to run around and give out people's personal information. I stopped doing that and have pulled back on doing that even to Alan. Why would I go around and do it to someone I called a sister? Just come on. I'm done with that.
No, I still love Team Phoenix, so I know we don't agree on everything.
I just told you I'm not a part of Team Phoenix.
You never told me anything. I mean,
I've even known that you liked Alan when I had a huge issue. I still don't agree with anything Alan did, but did I ever once tell you don't talk to him? Don't have
never. No, you're very respectful, and you don't actually go into any reasons why you dislike a person, at least to me, in a private way.
Right.
The only thing I really know is when you put it up publicly on your YouTube channel, and then I would still not even talk to you about it much, because I think that everybody is entitled to their opinion. Everybody gets into arguments, it just happens, and nobody's good, nobody's bad. We're just human beings, and like I said, everybody's got my address, and so
yeah, I wouldn't do that to you and your family. You know that, so.
No, and my last chunk of bullies actually put out an aerial photograph of my house.
Yeah, what the hell is wrong with people? That is what I am talking about. You guys, what the hell are we actually doing? That is crazy. That's so crazy that people are sending. I was getting screenshots of Alan sent to me while he was out having the things I had without even asking. Okay, that's the scariest part. If I was to start asking for things, I probably could have gotten him pictures of him taking a crap, for God's sakes. I mean, what are we actually doing?
Yeah, and nobody's out to be cruel to anybody else.
Unfortunately, they are, because when I look back, we'll use the whole Alan thing. It's not just about stopping him from talking about one case. It cut a lot deeper. Then it was to get him off YouTube. Okay, cool, whatever. But then to actually make it so this man cannot run any business for the next 6 years. What are we actually doing? Whose business
it's awful. And
is that?
Yeah.
That's none of our business. And he had failed 9 companies before. I don't care. In all reality, 12 damn years ago, I was a single mom with no child support, and I sold drugs, okay? So do you guys all apparently want me off of YouTube? You can have fun trying. I will keep popping back up. But I'm just saying, who are we to judge somebody?
Right. No, I agree.
How do you know their life or the problems they're having? If he was helping pay for a grandchild's something, what did we all just do? What should we be proud of that was accomplished with this? What?
No, nothing. And I don't know how people can live with themselves thinking that this poor gentleman may not be able to make ends meet or whatever now.
Right.
I don't understand it. I really don't. And I don't know what happened with you and Team Phoenix, but I love their channel. I love Chris. I think they're wonderful, but that's okay.
What happened with me and Team Phoenix, and I will say it exactly how I see it, is I forgave somebody that they all protected me from. That's true. They protected me from a bully last November, December.
Good.
When they were trying to take me down, when I just had 70 subscribers at the time in December, and they went after me. They started doxing me, putting out all my personal information, arrest records, and all that, okay? Team Phoenix really rallied behind me and the members supported me. They had my back. I then chose to forgive this person, which doesn't make their channel look good. So to them, I am a traitor, is how they will see it. And that's not what they said, but to tell me to part ways and then block me, that's what happened. I won't talk shit about any single one person in there, but what happened was I support, now I am supporting someone. I chose to forgive somebody for my own self, my own heart, my own life. Hating someone and being aggressive with someone takes a lot of energy out of everybody, I would think. But I have anxiety and I can't deal with that. I hate two people in my life. One of them is the person who gave birth to me. The other one is somebody I had 2 children with. That takes a lot of energy to actually hate somebody so much that I can't do that. And everyone can call me a turncoat, a snake, say I'm not loyal. I'm fine with that. But I had to be loyal to my own self and my feelings, and I couldn't do it. So
I'm so sorry. I mean, I'm sorry.
We just had to part ways. That's all I'll say. We had to part ways because other people, this person has hurt other people, but I was even told if they, I'll just say it, everyone knows, it's Bam, okay? If Bam did go and apologize, I even asked some of the people, Bam would love to apologize and just wave the white flag. You do your thing, we do ours, like leave it alone. But nobody will accept that because, well, she hurt too many people. Okay, well, I've been in very bad relationships because I forgive so easily. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's my normal life.
So do I.
I'm in real life friends with people that not all my friends are friends with each other. But never would they tell me that I can't be friends with them. I've been like that all my life. I've been friends with every single clique in high school, the jocks, the skaters, the goths, like the cheerleaders. I mean, it's just how I am in real life. I couldn't be someone fake on YouTube. I have to be myself. And if that pisses people off, well, I piss people off. And they support that, well, that's great too. When my dad don't say when I was little something like, I can't please everybody, but I can piss them all off really good or whatever. It is.
I bet you can. And you can't please everyone, but I think it's it's unfortunate that you guys parted ways, you know, because I love you guys both, you know, so I don't want to, well, I don't know. I'm so sorry there's any kind of conflict whatsoever.
You know, just like I told you, I'm not a part of Team Phoenix, but you do your thing. I haven't said anything to you. I haven't said anything to you about any one person in Team Phoenix, and I don't. So it pisses me off. People think I would do that.
No,
but it's because of what I did to Alan. It's because I followed what everyone was doing to Alan, so now they're all concerned I'm going to do that to them too. Do you see how messed up that is, you guys?
Oh, no. Exactly. No, I know you won't do that. No. I know you wouldn't do that. I know you wouldn't. Yeah, I'm sure it was easy to fall into the hate Alan group or whatever because everyone has been very, very, very cruel to him, and I'm sure it's difficult for other people to not see through, you know, who he really is. And I guess I just I see who he really is, and I think he's a great guy, you know. But most people don't think that, and it's just so shocking to me. I don't know. But I'm sorry you're having trouble with Team Phoenix. I liked you guys.
I'm not having trouble. I'm completely leaving them alone. They're leaving me alone. That's fine. They're commenting nasty things on my videos, and that's fine.
Sure.
If that's what makes them feel better, I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's get back here. Cher, I think he could have took the kids out back Saturday night and put the babies in the. We already read that, didn't we? I'm sorry if I'm reading it.
And you know, that's a very good one.
Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know. I don't know because I think he couldn't take the photograph of them because he was scared that they would look different. I can't find this one to get rid of it on the screen. Because he was afraid they would look different, look like they were not simply sleeping, Because sure, why would you not just take a picture of the kids, laying there in their bed? I can't find it. Oh my gosh, that's okay. We're gonna wrap this pretty shortly. We've been on for about 2 hours. But you guys, I really here we go. What is this from Cher? I keep hearing your words, and that keeps me going every time. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh, that is so
Oh,
sweet.
Mia, I love you so much.
Isn't she wonderful? Yeah, you girls are both wonderful. If I had been the one to think out the murder, that would not be a bad thing to do, especially since they knew about Nate's camera. So you would just want to keep the attention there while the action in the back. Okay.
Right.
That's true. That's possible. Yeah. But why not do it at different times? I mean, why not unload the kids at 4:30 in the morning out the back door and have Chris leave at 5 and not act so suspiciously by pulling up the truck into the garage, which he never did, and by taking half an hour to load whatever into it, which he, apparently never did. I don't know. I just don't. I have a hard time thinking that it was anything other than what it looks like, the whole crime. But that's just me. Let's see here. Well, I think I'm going to go back and read the chat afterwards. Cher, did you have anything you wanted to add? Thank you so much for being here tonight.
No
And
problem.
I'm hoping I'll get Unjustified in here with us next time. Hold on one
Do
more.
you remember? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Tanya, why do you think they went back to NA to see what they consumed at the airport and suffered? Do you think they found other contents in Shana's stomach? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. But she was constipated. Am I correct?
Okay, that happens when you're pregnant, though. That's a very normal side effect when you're pregnant. It happens.
But I wonder if they you're right. They probably would have figured that she was pregnant, so any unusual or excess contents in there would be the result of her being pregnant. I don't know. I don't know if they found anything else in there or not, but that's kind of interesting. I don't know. There's so many things we don't know the answers to. Now, maybe, again, Natasha will bring home everything we're looking for answers to. We'll find out, and I'm hoping she'll post something about it tomorrow. But thank you, Chair, and thank you, Mia, and thank you, everybody who's in the chat, and I love you all, and even if you guys argue occasionally, you're still awesome. Remember to comment and to subscribe. And
all right, bye, guys. Love ya.
Bye, guys. I love you all. Thank you again, and have a good weekend. And I don't know if I'm going to broadcast it all this weekend, but I might. So I'll let you all know. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.